Good morning, my students at home. My name is Abu Muhammad Bashir. I'm your business studies teacher, and I'm going to teach you business studies today. Even as you are at home, you should know that the school, in its capacity, is doing all the necessary, all possible best to see that while you are at home, you also learn. Today, the topic we are going to discuss is consumer, market, and society. Me as a consumer, you also there at home as a consumer, we are the final users of a product or service. Here, looking at the teaching aid, consumer, market, and society. Without consumer, in fact, establishing market will not be possible. Without society, nobody will go to, or in fact, nobody will start thinking of establishing a market. So also, without consumer, there won't be society. Without society, there won't be market. Consumer is someone who buys goods or services for personal use and not for resale. What is this article saying impliedly is that consumer is the final and end user of a product or services. Today, when you go to the market and buy a cup of garri, definitely it's somebody that processed the garri before it reaches the market, and you went and buy the garri. Is that not so? So also, most of us have different kind of cars we use at home. We are the final consumers. We are the end users of the car. We are not the producers. Is that clear? We are the final beneficiaries of that car. That is why we are called, we are known as consumers. Furthermore, as a consumer, apart from the examples I've given, there are other products that are not tangible that we also use at the end of the day. There are products that we cannot see or touch. For example, telecommunication industries, all the calls we make. Do you see the call you make? You don't see the call. You only enjoy the value. You only enjoy the value. So therefore, it is a service they are rendering to you. The telecommunication companies are rendering service to us. We don't see the service they are rendering to us, but we are enjoying the service. That is why a consumer is someone who buys goods or services for personal use and not for resale. In business, a consumer is a king. He or she is to be pleased at all times. When you get to a shop to buy an item, whatever you tell the shop owner, I'm not encouraging you to be rude to shopkeepers, but you are supposed to be treated like a king. That is what it says impliedly. Consumer is also referred to as end user of a product or services, like I rightly said. Let's look at market. Market is a place that allows buyers and sellers exchange information about goods and services. Is a place carved out in a particular area that buyers and sellers meet to exchange services. Also, is a place where sellers and buyers meet to exchange goods and services. Definitely, when buyers and sellers meet, what do? They exchange goods and services. If somebody is selling there, somebody is also coming there to buy. As a result, they are exchanging goods and services for money. Let's also look at society. Society is a particular community of people sharing same customs, law, interests, etc. Society is the coming together of people to form a community. And those people that reside in that community share the same customs, values, ideas, and purposes. For people to live peacefully and harmony in a place, there must be a particular thing that binds them together, and which is customs and values. Without these same customs, in fact, cohabiting together may be difficult. Though they may cohabit together, but not favorably, not conducively. So something must bind you together to live as a society. Furthermore, it is also refers to people in general living together. What this article is saying is that it also refers to people in general. It's people that are made up of a society. Without people, there won't be a society. And those people must be living together in a community. Now, we are going to look at needs for consumer education. As a consumer, you need to have idea of what you go to the market to buy. You need to have idea, you need to be aware of a product or services you are going to use before you even venture into buying the product or services at the end of the day. For example, we have about 4 telecommunication companies in Nigeria, and those telecommunication industries are saddled with the responsibility of providing for their customers networks that will make and that will enable consumers make calls, send messages, use social medias, and what have you. As they are 4 in number, it is your own choice. It is your own decision to make choice out of these telecommunication companies. The reason is that if you find out that one is more affordable than the other, it's your choice to choose which one you will enjoy the value at the end of the day. So if you have education on a product or services you are going to enjoy, in fact, it will give you satisfaction at the end of the day. So here, consumer education is a process whereby consumers are made aware of the necessary skills and information that will enable them to make the right decisions in the purchase of goods and services. Just like I rightly explained, if you have the information about a product or service, in fact, it will be hard for you to be cheated. Also about a product, if you have information about a product, or maybe you see a product with one of your friends and you like it, you must inquire. I like this phone, I like this shoe, I like this bag. Please, how much did you buy it? Where did you buy it? I hope, let me check it very well. Let me check it. I hope it's the kind of one that can last for me, last for a certain period of time, you know. Will I be able to enjoy the value of my money at the end of the day? You ask these questions, and that is what education, you are seeking for more education, seeking for more awareness on the product you see with your friend before you now go further and think of whether to buy or not to buy. So consumer education is a process whereby consumers are made aware of of the necessary skills and information. Please take note of this. I said information that will enable them make right decisions in the purchase of goods and services. However, these are the reasons why we need consumer education. These are the reasons why, or the following are the reasons why we need consumer education, and they are stated as follows. 1. To provide reliable information and advice to consumers on goods and services, to enable them make the right choice among alternatives. When consumers have reliable information and advice, it will guide them to make rightful decision and choices of which one to pick, which color to pick, and which brand to pick at the end of the day. Secondly, it provides information on quality, quantity, durability, and expiration date of goods and services. Consumer education gives consumer the ability to be able to gather information on the quality, 1, quantity, 2, durability, how the product will last, and the duration, that is the expiration date of the goods. When you have all this information at your hand, it will now give you the purview as to whether to go further to buy that particular product or not. But most importantly, the information as regards to quality, quantity, and durability are very, very important when making choice of a product. Thirdly, to provide information on the benefits they stand to gain for purchasing a particular goods or services. If you have consumer education, it gives you the benefit to gain for purchasing a particular product. The gain you derive at the end of this education is that if a product, by you assessing the product, if the product will not last, you should be able to know. That is why I so much trust our women, especially the ladies, when they go to the market, before they buy a particular product, be it clothes or bags or shoes, they must make sure they feel the quality. And if it's not of quality, they know. And they can be able to ascertain that, no, this product will not last for so number of period. And you know now, they will have to push further until they are able to get the one that will last for a certain number of years for them. And they will tell you that this material, in fact, by feeling the texture, it will last for like 5 years, 3 years, and so on. Women are blessed with that talent. You know, they have time more than we do, the men. So the fourth reasons why we need consumer education is to enable consumers to know their right with respect to a particular product or services. What this article is saying is simple. Let's take, for instance, like now, we are in a generation that you can sit at home and order for a product. So, as such, if you order for a product that is not of the actual quality or color or the quantity you order online, definitely consumer education will give you the capability to stand and protect your right there. No, this is not the color I ordered for. please, I need the color I ordered for, or no, this is not the quantity I ordered for. And for that, you will not accept it until the right quantity is provided for you. That is why it gives you that purview to stand for your right, to know your right, and also stand for it. Last but not the least, to expose consumers to malpractices that may occur in the course of purchasing a product. Consumer education will expose a consumer to certain malpractices that our traders do in the market today. Take for instance, when products that has to do with measurement. If you don't have consumer education, you go to the market to buy items or products or commodities. At the end of the day, they will use a wrong measure in measuring for you the product you want to buy, and which is very bad. So with the knowledge of, or with consumer education, you will be able to discover the malpractices. You will discover the malpractice, and you must stand and kick against it. That no, this measure is too small. Or, in fact, all the malpractices that will emanate in the course of obtaining a product in the market, you will be exposed to it, and you will, as a matter of fact, kick against it. Not only for your own sake, but for the sake of others. Because definitely, if such thing occur in the market to you, if such thing occur to you in the market, when you get back home, you must share it with others. See, this is what I encountered, or this is what I discovered today in the market. Please, if you go to market, make sure you shine your eyes, open your eyes very well. This is what they do. This is how they do it. So please take note so that you don't fall a victim. How they come about that? It's as a result of consumer education. So please, it's very, very important we have this education before we venture into buying things, whether in an open market or in an online. So these are some of the questions I was able to set out so that you can keep you busy at home, particularly homework. Number 1, define the following. Define the following. A, consumer. B, market. C, society. And number 2, what is consumer education? What is consumer education? And lastly, state 3 importance of market to you as an individual. Thank you, and remain blessed at home.